Hey everybody, what's going on? The kind folks at Mesa Boogie hooked me up with something real special right here, and I can't wait to dig into this thing. So what we got going on is a Mesa Boogie bass amp. Of course, I'm paying attention to the sign right here on the box that says do not cut open, so we'll be careful getting our way into the top part because I think there is a shoulder bag. So we've got a D-800 Subway bass amp, and I'm actually using this as a, let's call it a backup to my M9 Carbine, which is a Mesa Boogie bass amp. Absolute beast of a monster, and I love it, but occasionally I have smaller gigs and I want something a little easier to carry around and a great backup to that as well. So let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. This looks like the shoulder bag, so let's open that up, give you a peek at it. Let's see if I can get that out of there. Some gel to keep things fresh. All right, that's a great looking bag right there. Looks like we got a nice little pouch for your cables. And we're just gonna open that up so when I get the bass amp out of the box, then we can have a look at how it fits in there. Nice padding. We'll put that to the side for now. And let's take a look at what we got going on here. All right. Put this down. And let's just finish up in the box before I go ahead and open that up. So we got the owner's manual for the Subway D-800, and we'll go ahead and look through that later, or I should say I will. We is an I. And if I think I know what's in here, let's open this up. This should be the power cable. Yeah. So always good to have one of these. Mesa's really good about 14 gauge cable, and I believe it's a 10 footer, which is awesome. And for headphones, we got a mini to quarter TSL plug, which is really great if you want to use this amp for practicing late night with headphones on. Let's get this box out of the way. Okay. This amp comes in at 5.5 pounds, which is just amazing considering my M9 is 26 pounds and probably twice the size. A nice little handle here on the side. Everything, our warranty cards, 5-year warranty, all the people who obviously worked on it and checked off on it, inspections and assemblies. So I'm going to walk you through some of this. Input, obviously, mute, play, great to have. The M9 does not have an independent mute switch. It, on the master volume, has a pull, which is kind of a hassle because you have to adjust your volume every time you go ahead. Passive active bass changes by 10 dB if you have an active bass. Which, by the way, Mesa wouldn't want to tell you this, but I play a Music Man Stingray bass, and I actually keep the switch set to passive. It gives it a little more juice, and I like the way that it sounds. Input volume, obviously, is, you know, you don't want a red line, so you want to go ahead and see where your limit comes up, and that's how you set that. Voicing. Now, like the M9, the voicing switch is a little confusing because this actually intensifies the scoop. So more low, more high, less mids as you turn up the voicing. So I actually prefer more mids, so I'll keep that set flat for myself. Bass, low mid, mid high, or high mid, and treble pretty standard, and your master volume. Another thing that I'm looking forward to with this amp as opposed to my carbine is the master volume taper is super sensitive. So it goes from 0 to around 9 o'clock, somewhere in between there will take your head off. So it's got a very fast taper, and I already know that the Subway D-800 has a very slow taper, so I'll actually be able to get a lot more predictable volumes without overshooting it quickly. Let's take a look at I love how light this thing is, it's really great. The back, very simple layout, power, IEC cable, 2 speak-on inputs. It'll take a 2 ohm load or anything up to 8. Headphones, which is what they gave us. Here we go. Here's your headphone input for your 1/8 inch impedance, and of course direct out. Great thing about the DI on the back of here is it's a no-load DI, which means if you want to plug this directly into a mixing board, you do not have to have a load, which means you don't have to have speakers plugged into this board in order to use the DI. On my carbine, I have to have a load in order to use the DI. So just to get that straight, you don't need to have speakers plugged into this in order to use the DI on this Subway. I have to on the carbine. Hope that's not too confusing. So let's just go ahead and put it in the case where it's gonna spend some time. I've yet to put it in here, so let's see how this fits. We'll figure this out. I'm guessing, I might have this wrong, I'm not sure, but it seems to go that way. And we'll zip it up. Let's see. And we'll go ahead and try putting our cable in here just until I get set up, and of course I'll need to add a speaker cable, but boom, there it is. How's that looking, huh? 5.5 pounds, 800 watts, 2 inputs for speakers. You could play a Coliseum with this thing. So I hope this helps some people out, and welcome to the Mesa family, okay? See you soon. Get your own Subway D-800, and let me know what your thoughts are on this micro head. Talk to you soon.